Hello, I'm Taylor, and I'm 29 years old. My life has been a series of challenges, but despite the hardships, I wouldn't change a thing because they've shaped who I am today. To truly understand my journey, we need to start from the beginning. I was born and raised in the small town of Fairfield, Iowa. Growing up, it was just my mom and me. My dad struggled with alcoholism, and from what my mom has told me, he lacked stability as an adult. I don't remember much about him because he left when I was only 3 years old, and he has never been part of my life since. After he left, my mom's life took a downward turn, and she struggled to cope. Occasionally, we received financial help from my grandparents, which was a great relief. To support us, my mom took on multiple shifts at a diner owned by Richard and Eleanor Evans. I went to school with their son, Ethan, who would later become my ex-husband. Initially, we didn't get along, but as we grew older, we developed a special connection and became close friends. We started dating when I was 16. Eleanor never seemed to approve of our relationship and began to distance herself from my mother. The Evans family wasn't very wealthy either. Although the diner was decent, it didn't perform exceptionally well. Ethan often confided in me about his parents' late-night arguments over the business struggles. Everything changed in the summer of 2016. At the time, I was working at a bookstore, saving up for college. Despite coming from a small town, I had big dreams. Unfortunately, my mom had an accident. After a month-long battle in the hospital, she passed away. I was devastated. She was the only close family I had, apart from my grandparents. Feeling lost, Ethan became my pillar of support and helped me through my darkest days. I decided to leave my job at the bookstore and take over my mom's position at the diner since it offered better pay. Sadly, this meant giving up on my college dreams to fend for myself. About 8 months after my mom's passing, while we were closing up the diner one night, Ethan surprised me with a proposal. With all my heart, I said yes. Our wedding was a small, intimate event with only a few people in attendance. After the wedding, I moved in with Ethan and his parents. However, something always felt off. Eleanor was very focused on wealth and status. I remembered my mom telling me how Eleanor dreamed of the diner flourishing and finding a prestigious match for Ethan, a girl from a wealthy family or a prestigious college graduate. It was surprising to learn that Ethan's parents, especially Eleanor, were supportive of our marriage. At the time, I was preoccupied with my own grief and didn't think much about it. Despite being aware of our relationship, Eleanor indirectly expressed her belief that her son deserved someone of higher standing. One day, when the diner was busy, Ethan's friend Miles came to visit. I was in the back doing inventory when I overheard snippets of Eleanor talking with Miles and his new wife, Sheila. As I made my way to the front to say hello, Eleanor rushed me away without even introducing me properly. After they left, Eleanor and I had an interesting conversation. Well, that was Miles. I started. Yeah, I've heard about him. He recently tied the knot, huh? Oh, indeed. He married Sheila. She's an absolute gem, you know. Fantastic upbringing and all. Both her parents are top-notch doctors down in Orlando. She's quite a remarkable woman herself, practicing law. Impressive, really. A catch like her is what any man dreams of. Lucky guy, that Miles. I wish my Ethan had that kind of luck. What do you mean? Well, you know how it is. Sometimes I just wish he would have found someone who's, well, more put together. Like Sheila. It's funny how Ethan and Miles grew up together, liking the same things, and look at their wives now. Quite a contrast, huh? You know, Eleanor, it's not always about what society thinks. Ethan and I have a history together, and our love runs deep. Sweetie, love is just a word sometimes. You're young, and I get that you're in love, but my love for Ethan is unconditional, And I believe that's the most precious thing in life. If you claim to love him so much, don't you think he deserves someone even better? I mean, when I look at you, with your mom gone and your dad disappearing, who knows when, if it weren't for Ethan, could you even take care of yourself? What do you have to offer? I know these words sting, but they're kind of true, don't you think? Eleanor's words hit me hard. I tried to move past it, thinking maybe she needed time to accept me. Her comments really got to me, and I was angry, but deep inside, I couldn't help but wonder if there was a grain of truth in what she said. I was pretty insecure back then, which probably made her words cut even deeper. As for me and Ethan, things weren't as great as they used to be. I started questioning if he regretted marrying me. There was a growing distance between us, and I initially blamed it on the challenges we faced with the diner, but there was definitely a shift in our connection. It had been over a year and a half since we got married, and during this time, Eleanor occasionally made hurtful remarks about my background. Despite those comments, I tried my best to keep my cool and work on strengthening my relationship with Ethan. However, over time, I noticed a change in Eleanor's behavior. Her comments went beyond the occasional snide remark, and it was becoming clear that something was off. She was acting unpredictably. Then, one evening at the dinner table, something unexpected happened. That particular moment ended up altering the course of my life in ways I could never have imagined. "How was your day, dear?" Eleanor asked. "It was all right. Actually, I've been wanting to announce something. Mom, Dad, I've been thinking about this for quite some time now. I think I'm going to invest some of my money in Taylor's education. It's always been her dream to go to college, and the diner is not doing well either anyway." The whole dining room went dead quiet when Ethan dropped that unexpected bomb. I was stunned. He hadn't even talked to me about it beforehand. The tension was thick enough to cut with a knife, and even Eleanor looked shaken. I mean, it's a sweet move and all, but maybe a little heads up before dinner would have been nice. I said, "What? Jesus Christ, Ethan? Mom, please don't overreact," Ethan pleaded. "Richard, why are you not saying anything? You cannot be seriously considering this." Eleanor snapped. "Let us hear Ethan out, dear. Ethan and I have not discussed this," Richard said calmly. "Ethan, I think it might be a good call if we chat about this one-on-one first," I suggested. "No, you stop. You do not get to have a say in this. We took your mother in at the diner out of pity. Your alcoholic dad abandoned you. She was a single woman with an 8-year-old, with no one to look out for her. You and your mother were nothing more than a sympathy project. We generously offered her a place in our diner for so long, and now you have managed to find your way into our house." Eleanor fumed. "My son deserves someone better than you." Eleanor spat, her words cutting through the air. "Someone from a well-off family. He should be living a suburban life of luxury and sophistication. But instead, you are with him, living under our roof and leeching off my son's success." "Honey, please hear me out. Do not leave," Ethan pleaded as I started to get up. "I'm sorry, but I've had enough," I said, my voice breaking. After enduring Eleanor's brutal remarks, I could no longer hold back the tears. Trying to maintain my composure, I excused myself from the dining table and fled into the kitchen for some space. I hovered near the kitchen door, hoping to catch snippets of the conversation at the table. Through the muted voices, Ethan's rose above the rest. "Mom, can't you see what you're doing? I get it. Taylor isn't exactly your top choice for me. Maybe it started out as a crush or whatever, but she lost her mom and needed someone. Maybe I confused sympathy with love, but I can't just abandon her. She has no one else. Yes, our romantic spark has faded, and I've grown apart from that. But Taylor's in a tough spot. I've been thinking about paying for her college, and maybe after that, we can figure out the divorce or whatever. I can't just kick her to the curb. We've been together since we were 16. You know that." Eleanor's response was harsh. "Oh, Eden, I've seen this coming from the start. Taylor is nothing but trouble. Pity isn't the foundation for a lasting relationship. You've grown, and it's time to think about your own future. This girl's problems should not be your burden. You cannot fix her life at the cost of ruining yours." I was devastated by what I heard. Ethan had been with me out of pity. My heart shattered, and our entire marriage felt like a sham. At that moment, I knew what I had to do. I had to give him the divorce he seemed to want. I made a bold choice to follow my dreams, which led me straight to Los Angeles. I figured I had nothing to lose. I rented a small one-room apartment, setting up shop on a basic mattress, and relied on my writing experience to score a job at a restaurant to jumpstart this new chapter in LA. After some hustling, I landed a job at a restaurant and got into the rhythm of living paycheck to paycheck. In a few months, I earned a promotion to work directly under the restaurant manager. Life started to improve. I wasn't just scraping by anymore. My hard work and skills were earning recognition. I eventually dove into the world of high-end hotel management, working at places that rolled out the red carpet for A-listers. As my career grew, so did my lifestyle. I traded my simple apartment for a lavish house. After the heartbreak with Ethan, I had lost all hope in love. But then Harry walked into my life. We met at my friend Alice's extravagant birthday party on a yacht. Harry had a magnetism about him and made me feel comfortable right away. He treated me with genuine respect, making me feel like a legitimate part of his world. He was a big shot in the LA finance scene, and his family was incredibly wealthy, with his dad, Mr. Johnson, being a billionaire. Fast forward to our wedding day. We tied the knot at a stunning vineyard in Los Angeles. Just last month, we celebrated our first anniversary. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about Ethan and his family during this time. While I was hustling to make a name for myself, Eleanor's words still echoed in my mind. Had this constant urge to prove to her that I could be successful on my own terms and that it was her son who let me down. Life indeed surprises us in countless ways, and it certainly did surprise me last weekend when my father-in-law hosted a soiree at their sprawling mansion in Bel Air. As I mingled at the party, my gaze locked onto someone across the room, and my heart went into overdrive. There, serving food, stood an elderly woman who bore a striking resemblance to Eleanor. My mind struggled to comprehend the possibility of her being here. Excusing myself from the company, I made my way to the lady. And yes, it was her. "Hey, Eleanor." "Hey, stranger. It's been a long time." "It has. What are you doing here?" "I'm doing a whole catering thing now. Can you believe it? Rubbing shoulders with all these high-profile folks." "Well, congrats on that, Eleanor." "Thanks, but honestly, you've got a part in this. We might not have come this far if we were still dealing with some old holdbacks." Pretty bold statement. I've always wanted what's best for the family. Sure thing. We shut down the old diner and leaped into the catering world. Even came up with the idea, and surprise, it's turning out to be a pretty profitable deal. Now we're crisscrossing the state catering to all sorts of events and fancy clients. We were in Glendale a few nights ago when Mr. Johnson asked us to cater for his party. You know I never wished any ill will towards you, so I genuinely hope you're doing well. How's Ethan? Better than he used to be. Oh, and here's the kicker. Ethan has moved on with his love life and snagged himself a new girlfriend. Usually, he accompanies me on these trips, but this time he's off to Hawaii with her. She's a real delight to have around. Gorgeous. Like a living doll. She just seems perfect for my kid. Good for him, Eleanor. By the way, what are you doing here? Who called you here? I'm sorry, but you are too poor to be here. You haven't changed at all, have you? Forget about me. Look at you, still trying to get your way around the rich. Old habits die hard, sweetheart. You will always be that girl from Fairfield, the one with nothing to offer. I'm here because I belong here, just like anyone else. No one called me. I came here with Harry, my husband, and also Mr. Johnson's son. Eleanor's face displayed a look of shock, but she played it cool and mean as always. Don't think he will stick around forever. People like you never stay for long. Eventually, he will see that he deserves someone better, someone from his world. Harry is just knave. You have no idea how far I have come. Have a name in the hotel industry now? And never mind, you know that your wealth does not define you just as my past does not define me. I've worked hard to build a life for myself, and I'm proud of where I stand today. Well, aren't you full of yourself? You may have managed to climb the ladder, but you will never truly fit in with people like us. You will always be an outsider. You know, I used to think that way too. But I have learned that truly belonging does not come from material possessions or social status. You've certainly grown bold, haven't you? Well, we will see how long that lasts. I have seen it all before. It is good that Ethan got rid of you. If you want to delude yourself, go ahead, but do not expect me to change my mind about you. I was all set to deal with Eleanor and show her I meant business, but suddenly, the sound of a spoon hitting a glass stole the spotlight. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your attention, please. Tonight, I stand before you with a lot of pride and joy in my heart. It is a momentous occasion as I pass on the torch of responsibility to the next generation. My son, Harry. I gave Harry a quick look, and our eyes connected for a second. I smiled at him, and I'm proud of you smile. His dad had just handed him a whole business, making it his day to remember. It was his special day, and I was determined not to let anyone from my past mess with the great thing I had going on at the moment. Taylor, my dear daughter-in-law, you have shown us the true meaning of strength and resilience. From the very moment I met Taylor, I was captivated by her tenacity, dedication, and unwavering commitment to her dreams. Her journey from a small town to the chaotic city of Los Angeles has impressed me. She is a remarkable young woman who has not only touched my son's heart, but also brought immense joy into our lives. Tonight, we celebrate not just the passing of the torch to my son Harry, but also the recognition of Taylor's extraordinary talent and potential. It is with absolute delight that I announce Taylor will be taking charge alongside Harry as a key leader in our business. It was my I made it moment. Having Mr. Johnson, the big shot behind this business, acknowledge me and hand over such a huge responsibility meant the world. With everyone clapping and cheering, Harry made his way to me, leaned in, and gave me a sweet peck on the cheek. You deserve this as much as I do. I love you, baby. Cheers to us. I love you too, I replied, feeling the warmth of his words. In the midst of all the excitement, I couldn't shake the conversation I'd had with Eleanor earlier. With this huge announcement, I was itching to see her reaction. I scanned the room and found her. Hey, Eleanor, I said, approaching her. I just swung by to soak up this moment. You know, the one where I get to show you how wrong you were about me. Oh, the golden days of your doubt. I continued. Remember when you thought I'd crash and burn in this world? Had valid concerns, she said defensively. I mean, how could I have known? No, you got it all wrong, I interrupted. Well, those worries just got upgraded to my achievements. Co-running this business with Harry, living the life I've always wanted. I didn't level up for your approval, but I can't deny that it's pretty satisfying watching you squirm. A hint of satisfaction crept over me as I saw the jealousy written all over her face. With a little smug smile, I looked into her eyes, feeling a boost of confidence. Revenge might not be the noblest thing, but seeing Eleanor's discomfort was a pretty satisfying win. It's been about a week since the big bash, and I'm pretty sure Ethan's back from his vacation by now. Eleanor must have filled him in on the whole deal too. Proving myself to those who once doubted me is indescribable. It's a reminder that you never know what someone's really made of, and that even the biggest skeptics can be proven wrong. With Harry right by my side, we're juggling not just one but two businesses for the Evans and the Lears. As for me, let's just say I'm living life to the fullest, rich in every sense of the word.